Hello and welcome to another episode of the RotorHub International Podcast, and that's presented by me, Gideon Ewers. I am the editor of RotorHub International. Joining me today in today's episode is none other than Tor Baustad from Vipe 21. Now, this could be a testy episode because as we speak, we're running into the quarterfinals of the World Cup. And of course, in the England corner is me, and in Norway's corner is Tor. So, yeah, so keep in mind, open warfare may break out, or Tor may start doing the row, the Norwegian row. I don't know, halfway through. But Tor, thanks for spending the time to have a chat. Come on, I mean, Vibe 21. That's kind of the. You haven't just come out of the clear blue sky. You've been around in the industry for quite a while, haven't you?
Yeah, some of my colleagues will say too long. It's I started the aviation business in my military service on the 718 Squadron, and I got bit by this bug that is aviation. And
Yeah,
I think we can never leave it, huh?
Oh no, gosh, no. Once you're in, you never escape. I think it's like, the Star Trek thing, the Borg, you get assimilated and that's it. You can try and escape, but or the Hotel California, you can check out, but you never leave. So yeah, once we're in it, we're in it. But I mean, so you progressed from the military world into the civilian world, and I mean that, obviously the industry's evolved quite a lot, a lot in
Yeah,
a period of time, not being ageist, but you and I have been around for a while, so
they evolved a lot. And I joined helicopter service at the time in
yeah,
1986, and been with that company, which later became Heli One, for 36 years. And it's been great. It's I don't think there is any other business that we can have so much fun working.
sure. I mean,
Really.
it really is. I mean, for those who know, Heli One is the MRO arm or subsidiary. I guess the relationship is with CHC, and so it too has grown as CHE has metamorphosed and grown over the years. So Heli One footprint expanded further and further and further, didn't it? So, but you did your time in Heli One, and you thought, well, there was this danger of being, I don't know, the grumpy old guy in the corner, which is something I mentioned in our office, and now I'm known as the grumpy old guy in the corner. So,
Yeah, that's true. I was manager of the design department in Heli One Norway for 20 years, and head of design. And I've seen managers my age thinking they are great and doing things the way they've always done, but I didn't want to be that old grumpy guy.
guy in the corner, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's that whole thing. But so you thought, retirement beckons, and it's time for pastures new. But it didn't really work out that way, did it? I mean, you didn't
No,
actually manage to stay retired, did you?
no. I retired from Heli One,
Yeah.
and I slept for 6 hours, and I joined my former colleagues starting the Vipe 21. I had a call from some colleagues saying, "Here you are retiring. Would you like to come with us?" So, and that was a happy decision.
Yeah.
It's
So what it is, I mean, with those former colleagues, it's taking that knowledge and experience and using that to develop maybe a different way of thinking, a more flexible way of thinking, perhaps. You guide me.
yes. We experienced in working in a big corporate that things are a bit rigid. It's not always good to come up with new ideas or being agile. So that was the basic idea, and to listen to the customers, to hear what they need, and then make products which can fit into different configurations and be flexible. That's the basic idea.
Yeah, it's that sort of thing. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So also the fact that these four colleagues were, I knew they were good people. They had different skills, and the combination. I think to build a company is like building a football team. Since we talked about football, you need all the players. You need the guys in the front running and scoring, and sometimes you have to clean a bit up after them, and you have to have the accountant type in the back, which saves us.
Yeah.
And then you have to have the guys in the middle who work, the aunts who really work a lot. And I think this was a good combination of these skills.
So which one of you is Erling Haaland? Because, I mean, with your haircut, I'm guessing it's not you.
Yeah, well, you're right. Well, we have an Anders Petersen here. He is often called Haaland. He's running, making scores, and sometimes we have to clean up after him. But that's good.
Let's talk a little bit about those things, that flexibility and the sort of solutions you've been working to develop. And the sectors. I know you've been active in. Yeah, I guess it's always a little bit that blurred line between HEMS and SAR, and because some SAR providers are also HEMS providers, and some HEMS providers are also SAR providers. So that there's that
mission. I think mission is the word. So we aim at SAR, HEMS, police, border guards, and military, and mission helicopters. That's our goal. Yeah. And we do avionics, and we do SAR cabins and medical equipment installations and stretchers and things like that.
Yeah.
My mechanical colleagues, I'm an avionics man, so we have, of course, a fight between the mechanical and the avionics guys. We call them welders.
Yeah.
But they have made a stretcher platform which is very flexible. Can fit any seat rails and almost any stretcher, and it can be moved sideways and turned around.
And that can find space.
That's a typical example of things we do.
Yeah. But I mean, I know because especially in your world in the avionics side, you're talking about there's a lot of development. I mean, okay, MViz has been around for a while, but its reach is extending, and the quality and the perceptions are improving. But then you've also got the new technologies like the stuff from people like Centum and Smith Myers with mobile phone technology, search technologies as well.
That's true. I think mobile phone detection is becoming a very essential part of search and rescue. In that, if you have a mobile phone and it's on, it doesn't matter if you're in coverage or not. The helicopter will find you and can talk to you, send you a text message, and even if they can find you and cannot go find you because of the weather, they can pinpoint exactly where you are and send the guys a text message saying that there will be a team coming to pick you up, but not the helicopter.
Yeah, and it's an interesting thing as well, in that in how that changes the complexion of the search element of search and rescue, I guess, because I've just come back off vacation, and my wife and I were out on our boat, and I was saying, we have these EPIRB beacon, and it cost quite a bit when we bought it, and saying, actually nowadays it's almost redundant because we have telephones, and if the telephone's on, it's having that capability or the potential for that capability if the equipment's in the aircraft, or lifeboat or whatever it happens to be. That search element becomes, a smaller aspect. It's almost like the days of a box search or an extending downwind search or whatever are going to be consigned to the history books.
That's true. And the beauty of this is that you don't have to be within the coverage of the network. As in Norway, there is a lot of mountains area, a lot of people walking in the mountains, and which don't have any mobile coverage. But we've seen many cases where the Norwegian SAR Queen helicopter can find them still.
Sure. Yeah, and
we are doing the same now with like Icelandic Coast Guard and others that live in remote areas where it's a great help.
Yeah, because I mean that's an extraordinary thing. When I talk about that system capability and architecture with friends and say, no, you don't even need coverage. It still works. I go, well, how is that possible? I said, well, it's kind of magic, and I don't know, but it does work. It's
Yeah,
an
yeah. It's the idea is that you bring a ground station in your helicopter,
yeah,
and then you have coverage.
and then you're effectively a pseudo ground station. Yeah, for sure. Um, what other sort of trends are you seeing in the avionics sphere then, beyond technologies like that? What do you think are the sort of coming trends?
Well, I think the word connectivity is important now. You have Wi-Fi and internet in your home, in your work, at work, in the airports. You even get it now in airliners. And I think now the time is for helicopters. And we see specifically for medical equipment, for the doctor to keep contact with the hospital. We can do it with FLIR cameras or infrared cameras, where you can transfer video in true time to a rescue coordination center, something like that. And of course, also passengers wanting to read the newspaper on their way. VIP passengers want to read newspapers, or just be on the net.
Be on the net.
So I think, and this is of course quite easy to do with the cell phone coverage. But if you're outside, then it's satellite.
Yeah.
And for now, it's the Iridium Certus, which is the broadband. But I think maybe Starlink will take over in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
for helicopters.
because it does seem to be. I mean, the Starlink thing. So you're seeing it in the fixed wing world with, various airlines actually switching from Iridium-based platforms to Starlink in the last, I guess, year, 18 months or so.
Yes, but for now it requires a quite big flat antenna.
Yeah,
and there is not much estate on a helicopter for that.
For that size.
So there is really no avionics for it. I heard one operator who threw out the weather radar in the nose and went to a shop and bought a Starlink station and put it in the nose, gave it power, and that's it.
And you have
yeah, but of course it's not fully certified.
Yeah, and then there's the fun part of the STC. Yeah, getting that.
Yeah.
Getting that.
I saw another one that put it on the outside on the cargo basket on the outside. But I think there is no Starlink solution for helicopters yet.
Yeah,
but they will come.
It'll come, yeah, in times as they look, yeah, for sure.
So connectivity is one. We're also working on intercom systems with wireless intercom. I mean, if you are in a search and rescue helicopter with maybe 3 or 4 crew members and patients in the cabin, there's a lot of wires. So we have been working with a company Xnest to develop a wireless intercom for cabin, and I think maybe that would also be a great success.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that, as you say, that just the especially, I guess, in an EMS type role, there are not, you have the intercom cables, you have whatever wires that might be on monitors, heart monitors and things like that. It's a jungle, it's a spaghetti bowl out there, or potentially anything you can do to reduce that with wireless comms and things like that. Is obviously going to be a good thing. And again, I guess coming back to that connectivity thing, the ability to downlink camera data, in the law enforcement environment, to patrol personnel on the ground and say, here's what we're seeing. The bad guy is hiding behind that bin. Well, it's
exactly.
Yeah.
And another one we've seen now this season, where it's the firefighting season, is that firefighting helicopters want to send like an overview video to the ground people. It's also quite easy to do if you have the means of,
if you have
either cell phone or satellite.
Yeah, the bandwidth to real-time downlink it. Yeah. It's a rapidly, but some of these things, think about it, and you don't have to go that far back in time to think that stuff was almost science fiction, and now we're talking about it as, yeah, this is the next logical step that, downlinking data to police patrols, fire overwatch, hotspot monitoring for fire chiefs, actually in the field with wildfires and things like that. And it's all becoming possible, very, very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And of course, we think now we have developed everything, but there will be more ideas and there will be more use of it, and it will be a constant evolution.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it is extraordinary how these technologies, I should say plural, are developing. But the interesting thing is, as always, we have hit the time buffers. So I'm gonna have to wrap us up, which is unfortunate because, like I said, as always, we can keep talking about this cool new stuff that's coming along, and Tor and I could probably talk about the likely outcomes of the most important game on this week, on Saturday, in Miami. He'll probably see it. I'm actually on my way to Abscon and hoping I'll be changing planes at exactly the right time to watch the match on Saturday. But whatever happens, I'm sure it's been a classic World Cup. So nothing, the results haven't gone, I never thought England would beat Mexico, not in a million years. I never thought Brazil would go out. So it's a World Cup where anything could happen. And we may still in the UK have to hear that famous Norwegian radio commentator talking about us taking a hell of a beating, but I hope not.
We still live on that experience from the 80s. And the statistics are not too good against England. Actually, against Brazil, we had never lost. But England's statistics is not so good. But this time we will beat you.
I hope not. Anyway, Tor, as always, it's been great talking to you, and thanks again for taking the time to share your thoughts and views. Tor Baustad from Vipe 21, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
And that has been another episode of the RotorHub International Podcast. Join us again next time when we'll be talking everything vertical aviation.